YouTube, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It is your boy Zay back on your screen. Now today, guys, I have a gameplay right here of MW3, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the best tips that you guys can be using, and a little bit of tricks also on the side that you guys can help you be a better player at COD. This is specifically going to be for my new COD players, people who are just getting into playing COD, people who are still getting accustomed to COD. You feel like you're not as great in Call of Duty. Well, take it from a player who's been playing for about 10 plus years now, playing Call of Duty, and has a lot of experience playing Call of Duty. So if you guys want to know how you can be better and just be an overall great player when it comes to playing this game, stick around, and I'm going to give you the tips and tricks you guys can be using right now in this game for Call of Duty for all my new players. So let's get straight into it. Now, when it comes to being a new COD player, guys, the first thing, and I mean the first thing you guys want to make sure you acknowledge about yourself is what type of player are you as far as a COD player. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of different people who want to tell you there's different ways to play COD, but first things first that you want to look at for yourself is how you are as a player when it comes to playing Call of Duty. One, are you the person that camps a lot? Are you a rusher? Are you a person that plays passive aggressive? Are you a person that plays aggressively? Are you a person that snipes? What type of player are you as far as when it comes to playing COD? Once you figure out that type of player, then you can go beyond and more as far as how you're going to play and how the best ways to play for you when it comes to playing Call of Duty. So now, for my campers, obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory as far as the camper, what you do. A lot of campers, typically they sit in one spot the entire game and don't move, and they sit there and wait for enemies to come to them, and that's how they take out their enemies. Now, if you're a person who is a passive aggressor, which I tend to play, typically most of the time I play passive aggressively, or if I feel like I'm in the mood to use it as a sub, I'll play a little bit of aggressor, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time I'm playing passive aggressive. And just me personally, I feel like as a passive aggressive player, typically what I like to do is I like to play around the map. All right, so I'll pretty much stick around the outside of the map as much as I can and dip into the center as much as I can just to pick off enemies and then come back out to the outside. As a passive aggressive player, you want to pretty much play around the map and not play in the direct center, because direct center is where all the action is going to be happening. So you want to take your time and just make your way around the map, use your actual mini map to find yourself around the map and milk into the center of the map, and you're going to see enemies who are typically playing as aggressors, and those are where you're going to get your kills from as a passive aggressive player. All right, now for someone who is more of a rusher or an aggressor when it comes to playing Call of Duty, you're typically going to be in the center of the action. You're going to be the one going in the center of the map for all the kills, trying to get as many kills as possible. You're typically going to be the one playing the more objective of the game, where you're going into the objective because that's where all the kills are going to be at. You know what I'm saying? You're doing all the movements, all the jump spots, all the proning, you know what I'm saying, drop shotting, jump shots, whatever, around the corners, all that. You're going to be doing all the type of speed based movement in the game to help you become as aggressive, help you move as fast as possible around the map. Now, someone who is also like I want to say, not really like a passive aggressive player, but more who plays aggressive but also plays slow at the same time. Like, when to play in aggressive and when to play slow. Pretty much that person is, they go into the center of the map, they stick around in one general area of that center of the map and just pick players off as they spawn in, as they come in, and that's generally where that person stays at. All right, now if you're a sniper, you know what I'm saying, obviously sniping is pretty much self-explanatory as well. You're going to be using a sniper, but like, again, there's also two types of snipers: a quick scoper, and then there's someone who literally stays back and camps with the sniper. If you're someone who stays back and just watches angles with a sniper, I mean, you're going to get kills because obviously you have a sniper, you have accuracy with that sniper because obviously it hits better at longer range. And of course, if you're playing as a quick scoper, then you're going to be in and out of the center of the map, around the map. You're going to pretty much be all around the map, but you're going to be quick scoping as fast as possible. If you're not good at quick scoping, don't recommend doing it. All right, now again, once you find your typical play style when it comes to playing Call of Duty, this is generally how you're going to be able to become a better player, because once you know how you play, you stick to how you play. When you stick to how you play, you have a better result of getting more kills. Okay, so just find a way that you play the game best fits for you and stick to that play style. Once you stick to that play style, you're going to get the hang of it. You're going to see how people also play and try to adapt to the way you play. And then obviously you're going to be getting better because you're going to be getting more kills, because people are going to be seeing the way you play and try to figure out how you're moving around the map. Like I said, I'm a passive aggressive player, so I typically angle around the map as best as I can, and enemies come looking for me because I'm not moving into the center of the map, which is where they're at if they're playing aggressive. My next tip that I have for you guys is pretty much basically learning your maps, okay? If you learn your maps, know how enemies spawn on each map, what directions you should be running, if you're running outside map or mid map, which angle you should be playing. Learn all the head glitch spots, all the jump spots, learn the spots where people can't see you, you can get a better advantage over your enemies. Learn everything that you can about a single map. So what I do recommend sometimes doing, if you guys have extra spare time, go into a private match, set up a gun, and get into the private match and pretty much just study your maps. If you learn your maps and even play with bots, you can play with bots on, learn how the map, put your bots on veteran, their hardest difficulty it can be, and just see how they spawn, how they play, and they get used to that playstyle. Then you can go into the online matches and also study those maps as well with enemies playing it. Watch how they play, watch how they move, watch where they go, find if you have any jump spots, you find any jump spots, any spots you can sit at, you know what I'm saying, any spots you can get a vantage point at. Learn that spot and get the hang of being on that spot 24/7, because if you can learn the advantages of these maps, you have a great advantage towards the enemies, and they'll have a disadvantage towards you because you know more about the map and not where they're going to spawn, how they play, how they can cut behind you, how you can get in front of them and sneak up behind them, flank them, this and that, and etc. Learn your map. Another thing that I highly recommend for my new players, guys, I know you guys are new and I know you guys are just getting used to the game, but I want to stress, I want to stress this enough for you guys, okay? I do not, and I mean I do not recommend you sitting in one spot for too long, okay? When you're playing, I know you're gonna be scared to want to push out and go after this kill because you're afraid you're gonna die, and you know you're probably worried about your KD, you're probably worried about dying too much, you're probably worried about you being on a streak. I get it, trust me, I understand. But listen to this, all right? If you stay in one spot for too long, especially if you're getting a lot of kills sitting in that one spot, trust me, I've been there. Sitting in one spot and picking guys off multiple times over and over and over again, eventually they're gonna keep trying to come for you. Somebody's gonna find a way to get you somehow, some way. So if you're sitting in one spot for too long, somebody's gonna either try to nade you, semtex you, stun you, then come and pick you off, try to sneak behind you, whatever the case may be. So what I recommend doing after you get a few kills in one spot on the map, move around to a different location. Get to a different location and hold that spot. You can do the same thing you're doing with the first spot. Hold it for a few kills. When you see them start coming back towards you, once you see that they're starting to flood you too much, move. Get out of there ASAP, because they're going to keep doing it until you die, because at this point, they know you're on a streak. They know you're on a streak, and they want to get rid of that streak before you get high up in the streaks to where a point where you can get a nuke. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, don't sit in one spot for too long. Get your kills. Don't overstay your welcome. Get your kills and get up out of there. Another thing that's going to help you guys become a better player at playing Call of Duty for all my new players is practice your aiming. All right, guys. If you guys do not know, Call of Duty has recently been doing this thing where they add a firing range. It's not all the games that recently came out for COD, but I can name I believe World War II had it, a firing range. Obviously, this game had it. You know, this game MW3 currently has it. So you guys can utilize this firing range as much as possible. You feel what I'm saying? Even so, go into private matches. Before you even load up your first online match, you guys, the first thing you guys should be doing is going into a private match or going into the firing range, picking a loadout that you think you're going to use in that game, or even select 3 loadouts that you can possibly use within that game that you're going to play, and practice on bots. Put them on veteran, put them on the highest, which is veteran, I believe is veteran. Put them on the highest level of difficulty and just practice your aim. Play free for all, you against all the other bots, and just pretty much see how well is your shot on point. If your shot is not on point, you need to keep playing until your shot becomes more and more on point. Once you get your shot on point, you can go into these lobbies and straight fry. You feel what I'm saying? Another way to test to see how well your accuracy is when it comes to your gun, go into the firing range, practice on the dummies. The dummies, if you look in the top left on your screen when you're practicing on that firing range, it'll show you your accuracy and show you how well and how much you're hitting as far as when it comes to accuracy, when it comes to hitting your targets. This is what I do anytime I play a rank game, anytime I get ready to set up for rank, or if I'm going to a multiplayer before I even load into the lobbies, I make sure I practice my aim. Do aim training, you know what I'm saying? Go into the firing range before the lobby loads up and you're in the match. Go into the fire range, shoot your gun a few times, lock in on those targets, make sure you either hit headshots or straight body shots. Make sure your accuracy stays at least above a 60 or 50% range. Keep practicing. You're going to get the hang of it at some point, but you need to make sure that your aim is on point, because if your aim is not on point, when you get into these lobbies and you see people who are jumping around corners or even just, you know, doing jump shots, drop shots, they're going to be hitting your target. They're going to be hitting you. They're going to be specifically aiming for your head. Headshot multiplier is very high in this game, so if you get headshots, lock in on them headshots, you're going to be killing people a lot quicker, and you're going to be killing your targets a lot quicker before they kill you. Okay, so make sure you guys are aim training, practicing your aiming, go into the bot lobbies or go into the fire range and practice your aim. Okay guys, the last thing I'm going to say to you guys as far as tips from my new players, guys, take advantage of the vantage points, meaning find corners, find head glitches, find things you can lay next to where they can barely see you. Take advantage of these things, all right? And use them wisely. Now, I don't mean to sit in there and camp at these spots, but use them to your advantage. So for example, if you're playing on a map where you have a big open area in the center of the map, use that to your advantage. Obviously, you know the enemy players are going to come rushing towards your side, and some of your teammates, maybe even you, may be rushing to their side. But if you're smart, you're going to wait back, you're going to find a good spot where you have a head glitch, or you have like a corner spot where you can see the side of the wall, whatever the case may be. You can also even mount works in this game perfectly fine. Mount on something, a barrel, mount on a wall, mount on somewhere, and let the enemies come to you. Now, if you really think about it, right, if they're coming to you and you're sitting at a head glitch, obviously when they're rushing across that map, you're going to see their whole body, and they're only going to see your head, right? So pretty much you have a better view of them than they have of you. They could barely see you, and you see their entire player character, which means you can hit either their body shots and their headshots and get a high multiplier and a higher chance of killing these enemies. Take advantage of these spots, guys. I know people are going to complain in the game about it. They're going to call you out about it, but you sitting in the corner, or that you're sitting on a head glitch. But trust me, as a new player, if you want to get good and be able to get your shot on and be able to kill as many people as possible when you're playing these games, you got to take advantage of some things sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? So like I said, use that to your advantage, but also don't sit in that spot. I said this in my last tip. Don't sit in that spot for too long, because obviously they're going to keep coming back to try to get you, and make sure they get you off that spot, because they're going to get annoyed. They're going to get pissed off, and they're going to say, okay, I'm killing this person. I'm doing everything I can to target this specific person because he's camping or he's sitting on this one spot for too long, and they're going to try to end your streak. So get your kills in that one spot, dip, and call it wraps. Anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think about these tips in the comments down below. Don't forget to smash the like button if this helped you in any way, shape, or form. Hope it did. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving out some tips, you know what I'm saying, from experienced player to my new players who are coming on the COD. So hope this did help you guys very, very much. But it has been your boy Zay. Hope you guys did enjoy. I'm out. Peace.